I get a goodbye kiss?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just keen to get started.
Hey, all work and no play.
I know. Look, I realise this hasn't been easy for you. But I can't afford to relax until I get this mess sorted.
Yeah, well, you could have done without Dev ripping you off.
Business is business. I'd have done the same to him, given the chance.
Well, I read your stars this morning, and apparently you're going to get an unexpected windfall.
And not so unexpected, I hope. I'm meeting an old friend who owes me from way back.
Great. Well, I look forward to your undivided attention tonight. Mwah, see ya. Hi, Willie.
Right, what's the score for today, then?
Well, you can take this to the hardware store. It's their new lease.
Will do. Anything else?
No, I'm afraid not. But I might have some good news for you after this meeting.
You're up early?
Yeah, well, I've got to keep my wits about me. Make sure that bike doesn't mysteriously disappear. Just because I want to sell it don't mean I'm going to rip you off. Listen, pal, 8.5 grand is a lot of money. There isn't much a man wouldn't do for that. Speak for yourself, eh? You know, it's funny. How 1 minute that bike's your pride and joy. Yet as soon as someone offers our cash, you can't wait to get rid.
Handing that bike over to somebody else is going to be the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah? Well, you won't be handing it over to anyone. That's my bike, and I'll decide what happens to it. Okay. I'll see you, pal.
Special delivery, your new lease.
I wonder when Dougie was going to get round to that.
I can't believe 6 months has gone by already.
Point, I didn't think we'd make it 6 weeks.
Do you want a cuppa?
Yeah, might as well, now, how so?
She's only trying to butter you up in case we need any repairs doing, you know.
Well, we can manage ourselves with all the tools we've got in there.
You must be joking.
What's wrong?
Dougie only wants to double the rent.
Must be a mistake. He can't do that, can he?
Well, don't ask me, it's the first I've heard of it.
How can he justify this?
It's not my decision.
Well, we'd better speak to Dougie and get it sorted out.
You're not kidding. We just about got our heads above water. This could put us out of business.
Oh, don't forget your 11s.
Oh, yeah, I can't get through the morning without my Danish.
You know, you really would be better off with a piece of fruit. It provides for a more prolonged increase in blood sugar levels.
Don't taste as nice, though. Hey, we'll have to make sure that our child gets a proper nutritionally balanced diet, not too many sweets.
Yes, well, we've a while to go before we need to consider that.
Oh, no, I just can't help getting excited after that meeting.
I think we need to re-evaluate whether I'm suitable for fatherhood.
Oh, Roy, we've been through this before. Of course you're suitable.
Look, I'm afraid I can't agree. That meeting brought it home to me how difficult I find social interaction. It's going to be even more difficult trying to bond with a child.
Children just need to be loved. You're more than capable of that.
Some people make natural parents. I'm afraid I don't possess that gift.
This is a big decision we've made. You're bound to feel nervous.
It's more than that. I feel we're striving for something that's out of my reach.
I have fears too, Roy, but I feel convinced that we can make a success out of this. You've just got to believe in yourself.
Morning. How do you want your eggs? Scrambled, fried? You all right? You look awful.
Oh, not very much. I didn't sleep too well.
Yeah, I noticed you tossing and turning.
Oh, I've had another nightmare. I thought things would have got better now we talked things through.
If only it were that simple.
I'm not going to get back to work in this state.
Are you sure you want to go back to work?
Yeah, of course I do. I've worked hard to get where I am.
Well, then maybe you should take up the offer of counselling. There's no shame in asking for help, you know.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I'm not sure how much more of this I can cope with.
Or, if you don't want to start counselling straight away, I never got round to postponing our trip to France. Maybe we should go.
Oh, I'm not sure.
We both could do with a break.
Oh, sorry, Norman, but I just can't think about holiday right now.
Are you all right?
I didn't expect you back yet. Got to keep you on your toes, haven't I?
I'm really sorry to hear about your brother.
We all were. Well, happen I best get in there, see what mess this place is in without me.
Oh, what are you doing here?
Not you and all. Anyone would think I weren't welcome.
But you said you wanted some time out. You never mentioned you were coming in.
Because I've only just decided. Mike, I can't stay at home twiddling my thumbs forever.
Yeah, but it's silly to push yourself until you're ready.
I'm ready for anything, me. Now, where's that list of new suppliers?
No.
Hello, I didn't expect to see you two in here.
Well, we've been out and about all morning. Just been into town to sign up for a computer course.
You kidding?
Well, it was free, so I thought, why not? Might help me get a better job.
But who's going to look after Bethany?
It's half term next week, so Sarah can do it.
Well, good on you. I mean, you'll soon be riding the web.
Well, thanks a bunch for warning us about the lease. Sally and Danny were not best pleased.
I am perfectly entitled to put the rent up.
50% extra's a bit steep.
Hard times require hard measures.
Thought you had a meeting.
Yeah, he put me off to this evening.
Is he worth the wait?
He better be.
Well, you best strike lucky soon. Pat's men will want pay next week, else they'll walk.
I am fully aware of that, Vinny.
Hope you're not serious about this.
Why wouldn't I be?
Well, for a start, we can't afford it.
Look, I gave you a discounted rate when you started up. You can't expect me to subsidise you forever.
No, truth is, you've gone belly up and you're expecting us to bail you out.
Nobody's forcing you to sign.
We can't just shut up business and start again, can we?
Well, there's plenty who'll pay that if you won't. It's your call.
My call, right. Well, we're staying put, and there's no way on God's earth we can afford to pay this. So you can have it back.
See, told you they weren't happy.
Just hot air, they'll pay.
Well, can't see how you can make them pay what they ain't got.
Oh, I'm not going to make 'em, Vinny lad. You are.
There you go.
Thank you. Mike, how's Linda?
Back at work, would you believe?
Oh, good. Listen, Emma didn't mean to upset her the other night. She just wasn't thinking straight.
Yeah, I agree with that. Look, let's just forget the whole thing, eh?
Okay.
Characteristic behaviour, you know, can be a symptom of PTSD.
You what?
Post-traumatic stress disorder. No, it's more common than you think. An associate of mine was involved in a fatal car crash. He seemed completely unaffected. A week later, they found him in a supermarket trying to buy cranberry juice in his pyjamas.
You're joking with
I'm not. I wouldn't joke about a thing like that. It's a very serious condition.
No, he's right. People react very differently to stress.
Well, sounds like an excuse to skive off work, if you ask me. See you.
That's why I'm glad you're taking your recuperation seriously. Plenty of R&R, that's what you need.
Thanks. Stamps, please.
Oh, right.
Right, here's to the birthday girl. Many happy returns, my darling.
Very Where are you off to tonight, then?
Don't worry, we've not got a surprise party planned.
No, Frank's taking me out to dinner. Funny place to cop off, isn't it? Fresh ghost seats.
Don't knock it. When you get to our age, you find them anywhere you can.
Well, I'll drink to that, darling. Hey.
Oh, now that is a welcome sight.
Good morning.
You could say that.
Hey. I've just been having a word with Sally. Is it true about this rent hike?
What's it to you?
Well, I rent a flat off Dougie. Is the same thing going to happen to me when my lease is up?
Best talk to Mr. Ferguson, then.
Well, you work for him.
I'm not his secretary. Speak to him yourself.
Oh, don't you worry. I intend to.
What's going on?
Dougie's trying to screw his tenants and leaving me to take the flak.
What, are things that bad?
Worse. Oh, he must be desperate to do something like this.
Surely he's got something up his sleeve.
What do you reckon? I think he must be rapidly running out of options.
Yeah, well, I can assure you 300 boxes left here. I've got the dispatch note in front of me. I suggest you count them again.
What was all that about?
Holland's trying to pull a fast one.
Well, that's not like them. Look, sweetheart, you've got a funeral to go to. Why don't you go home? You don't need all this.
Stop mithering me, Mike.
Well, at least let me come with you on Friday. I couldn't care less what your family think about me.
You've got to be joking.
You're going to need moral support.
Mike, I'm not going to be welcomed back with open arms. If I bring you, all hell will break loose.
Well, I reckon if you can't face it, you shouldn't go.
Look, I may not have been there for me family, but I'm not missing my brother's funeral.
I didn't mean that.
Mike, just go to your meeting, will you? I'll be fine.
Are you sure you won't change your mind about coming away?
Oh, even if I did, I don't think I'd be much company.
Well, you've got to start putting it behind you. And anyway, you wouldn't have time to think about it, not with entertaining Alice.
Oh, look, maybe you should go on your own. I know how desperate you are to see her.
I'm not going without you.
I'd understand.
All right, maybe this'll tempt you. We spend a few days with Alice, and then I'll whisk you away for a romantic weekend in Paris.
Oh, yeah, but you hardly spend any time with Alice as it is. I'd feel really mean.
Don't be daft. I'll have the best of both worlds.
I have always fancied Paris.
Well, let's do it. Come on, you know I let you down when you needed me. Please let me make it up to you now.
Yeah, OK. I'll come with you.
Fantastic.
Hey, Mum, you've got to sign this. Our year's off on an outwards bound trip. I want to get me place quick.
Oh, let's have a look.
We're off canoeing and abseiling. Me and Macca's going to pair up. He's well into extreme sports.
David, sit down a minute.
This place we're staying at, it's got its own website. Can I go over to Macca's and look it up?
David, I'm ever so sorry, love, but I'm not sure I can afford this.
What?
Well, it's £180, and there's a list of other things that you'd need as well.
Well, ask Dad to pay.
It's not that simple.
Yeah, it is. I'll ask him.
David, we can't rely on your dad the way we used to.
This is well snide. You'd find money if Sarah or Beth wanted summat.
I'll ask you, Dad. All right. But I'm not promising.
Why'd you have to split up in first place? I hate this family.
Well, it's worth a read, isn't it?
There's no such thing as a perfect parent, or is there? What are you doing reading that?
It's for Sarah. We thought she might appreciate some assistance.
Well, you can't teach Foucault like that.
Well, I'm sure there's some universal truth.
Well, there is. If you're bringing a kiddie up properly, you haven't got time to read.
I don't think that's strictly the case.
Well, no books are developed without error. It were a case of keep your fingers crossed and hope for the best. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye. I don't care what she says, we'll get all the advice we can get.
Well, that is the responsible approach.
We're not going to be able to keep this private much longer, though. We're required to name 3 referees.
They didn't mention that in the meeting.
Well, it's on one at forms. Have you not read them yet?
No, I must have missed that one.
Well, we need to start drawing up a list.
Well, obviously. I mean, this requires serious thought.
Pint, please, Nat. I suppose you better get in one and all.
Oh, aye. Guilty conscience, is it?
That bloke's been on the phone again. He's keen to do the deal, but he's not going to hang around forever.
But it's my bike. This is ridiculous. You got bills coming out your ears, you can't afford to buy yourself a pint, and you're turning down a slice of 8 grand. 8.5. I could do my business up with that money. Now, are we on or what?
So, what time's the table booked for, then?
7:30. We should get going, actually, soon.
Oh.
This is for you. Happy birthday.
Oh, you didn't have to.
I was going to give it you later, but it's been burning a hole in my pocket.
Oh, Frank.
I noticed you wore them, so I hope it's okay.
It's lovely.
And I convinced myself that you'd hate it.
Well, you were wrong, weren't you? Well, here's to a great evening.
Aye. First of many, I hope. Stuart! Finally escaped from the office. Well, it'll not take long. We can skip the drinks. Well, tomorrow, then. Come on, Stuart, at least hear me out before you say no. I'm really up against it here. Yeah. And I remember getting a call like this from you once. Except I didn't turn me back.
Not more bad news.
Just another building contract that fails to come my way. I'm certainly finding out who my friends are.
Well, they haven't all deserted you, have they?
No. Don't worry. I'm not sunk yet.
OK. We'll go 50-50. No way. That bike was fit for an outward strap when you brought it home. You'd be getting out if I'd have left it in the canal.
I'm not having this. I'm going to ring that bloke and tell him it's all off.
Hey, now, don't be hasty. Don't be hasty. Look, seeing as we mates, how about we say 5 for you and 3.5 for me?
All right.
But there's one condition.
What?
Janice knows nothing about this.
Oh, now, hang on.
It's my final offer. Take it or leave it.
Deal.
Cheers.
Well, it's vital that we get the right candidates. And there's the first stumbling block, because I can't think of a single candidate.
Well,
I'm sure my Auntie Monica would do it. We've always got on very well.
Well, there's one. What about the other two?
You think they want someone work-related?
Well, there's another problem. You see, I'm self-employed. We both know that Baldwin's out of the question.
It would be good if we had some sort of authority figure.
What about Jessica? She's a minister of the faith. You can't get more respected than that.
That's a great idea. We'll ask her tomorrow.
Looks like we both had the same idea.
Yeah. Creatures of habit, eh? How's kids?
My mum's got 'em.
I wasn't checking up.
I know.
Do you? Blimey. You in here tonight?
What are you doing it together?
From the look of them, I don't think it's intentional.
Oh, you might be right.
Well, look, you go and sit with Martin and I'll rescue Gail.
Okay.
Gail, there's a seat here.
Hey, what are you having?
No, I'll get these.
Oh, you're all right.
No, I insist. Thanks for bailing me out.
Hiya.
Hiya.
Good timing, I'm just off the bar.
I'll come with you. I'm after a fruity little number from the Loire.
I've got a little fruity number of my own.
Ash, just go get the drinks. Has Curly been, a bit frisky since the siege? Not really. Why? Gosh, you won't leave me alone. I just wondered if it was normal. I wouldn't know. Anyway, you two seem really happy. Yeah, we're off on holiday to France. Oh, I'm dead jealous. Are you excited? Yeah. Oh, you'll have a great time. Curly will spoil you rotten. Yeah. We're off to see Alice first, and then he's promised to wine and dine me in Paris. Oh, look at you.
Aye. Your dinner is about to pass away at home.
How can you tell what you're cooking?
Well, you're not getting out else. I barely managed to scrape that together.
Right. I'll just nip to the little boy's room. I'll be back in a moment. So is money really that tight?
It's hand to mouth a minute. Never mind paying any bills.
Well, I could chip in a bit more.
No, it's not your fault we're in this mess.
I don't mind.
Look, love, you keep hold of your money. Truth is, if our Les doesn't get a job soon, we'll all be out on his ear.
Look, Jan, there's something I want to tell you.
If it's bad news, I don't want to know.
No, it's not. It's just... Well, I'm sure your look's going to change in a bit, eh?
Couldn't get any worse, could it?
Right. Come on, you two. This grub wants eating. Come on.
Right, that's me done. Right. Oh, and don't worry, because I shan't be making a habit of this overtime lark. Are you all right? I'm fine. You get off. Fancy a swift one? It's Thursday work, so in knickers. Not tonight, eh? I saw your dad this morning. He looked terrible. Look at him in that picture. Can't keep from smiling. This is going back a bit. It were our Jimmy's 16th. Do you remember you ended up in tears? Oh, my God. That's right. You two had split up for, what, the 10th time? Well, that sounds about right. Do you know, I think he dumped me for that cowell and slack. And right before that, Mum dumped us all. Well, I'm surprised you kept any photos of your family. It's a good job. This is all I've got left of our Dean now. Go and join Danny, Sally. Don't let me spoil your evening. You're not. We'd only end up talking shop, and I'm coming here to get away from you. The daft thing is I had something to discuss with him, but... threw me. Well, these things take the time. Do you know, this divorce has turned my life upside down? Oh, tell me about it. Yeah, even a simple thing like coming for a drink turns into something complicated. Well, it will get easier. I mean, look at me and Kevin. I hope you're right, Sal, because right now I can't see me and Martin ever being friends.
So, we are saying that Gail and Alma are the best candidates?
Yeah, Alma's always been a great support to me.
Although Gail could prove a good bet. I mean, technically speaking, she is my friend, and as we're choosing your aunt, well,
It might even things up a bit.
No, I don't think it really works like that, but yeah, I suppose we've got a stronger bond with Gail being Bethany's godparents.
Yes, well, but perhaps we ought to stick with Alma.
Why?
Just think that, well, Gail's premature elevation to grandmother might count against us.
That's an awful thing to say.
Just trying to work my way into the way these people think.
Yeah, well, I've made up my mind. I want to ask Gail.
All right. Gail it is.
Your smile's not bad.
Well, on Sunday, you'll be walking through the vineyards. Hey, I've got a picture here of Raquel's chateau where we're staying.
Stop showing off.
No, yeah.
Oh, it looks lovely. Oh, I wish we were going away.
Now look what you've done.
Can't you ask Fred for an holiday?
I don't want one.
Well, I think you should have one after that ordeal.
I'm fine.
Well, what about me? It was stressful for me waiting outside of Fresco's, wondering whether I'm going to be a widow.
I don't want to leave Uncle Fred in lurch.
Fresco gave everyone involved compassionate leave. I don't see why Fred shouldn't do the same.
Exactly. And we haven't had an holiday since our honeymoon.
Go on, then, last for a few days off.
No, a week, because otherwise it's not worth it.
Who have you got in mind?
France. Sounds dead romantic.
Oh, great. You can come and visit us.
I'm not going on a plane.
You don't have to. You can go on the ferry or through the tunnel.
I don't fancy them much either.
Yeah, well, you better get it sorted out quick, Ash, because I'm warning you, I'm not coming back on my own this time.
Maybe I shouldn't go to the funeral.
Why not?
I haven't seen Dean for years.
Well, that don't matter. He's your brother.
Bit of a joke crying for him now, though, isn't it?
Don't say that.
Why not? That's what everyone else is going to say.
You left home. That don't mean you stopped caring for your family.
What if Jimmy's right? If I hadn't have left home, Dean mightn't have done this.
That is just nonsense. He's just looking for somebody to blame.
I turned my back on him.
Yeah, for a good reason.
I didn't have to desert him, though, did I? I'm no better than me mum.
Have you forgotten what they put you through? I'd have done the same thing in your boat.
I'm a selfish cow, and you know it.
Yeah, and that's why Jimmy said you've been sending money home. That don't sound selfish to me.
I only done it to make myself feel better.
You saw a chance to help him and you did. No one forced you.
It was too little too late, though, wasn't it? My little brother's getting buried on Friday. And nothing I do now is going to bring him back.